Hi, this is Pam from the Birch Cottage blog. In this video tutorial, I'd like to show you how to make a fabric Christmas tree. Let's take a look at the supplies you'll need. You'll need fabric, polyester fiber fill, thread, a dowel rod, a wood base, and some wood glue. You will also need your sewing machine, of course, some scissors, a rotary cutter, cutting mat, an acrylic ruler, a miter saw, a drill, and a drill bit. The first thing that you will want to do is to take the pattern and cut out two pieces for your tree. You'll need a front and a back, so just lay your fabric right sides together and cut out your pattern. You can use scissors for this. I love to use my acrylic ruler and my cutting mat with my rotary cutter. Just makes it so much faster. And you can make your Christmas trees any size that you would like. Then we will take our pattern pieces, right sides together, kind of clip them in place. And then we're going to sew around the Christmas tree, leaving about a 2-inch opening in the base of the tree for turning it and filling it with your polyester. I use a 1/4-inch seam allowance, form of the tree, pivot at the top, and a 1/4-inch down the other side. When I sewed this, I wasn't sure how I was going to do the bottom, but subsequent trees that I made, I simply started at the bottom, leaving a 1 or 2-inch opening, just big enough to turn it and to be able to fill the tree with your polyester fiber fill. So once you have stitched it, you want to trim the corners real good so that when you turn it right side out, you've got some nice points for your Christmas tree. You can also round them off if you don't like it pointed, but you'll still want to trim the corners to reduce the bulk. And then turn your tree right side out. These are really quick to make, and like I said, you can make them as small or as large as you want. This is my small tree here. I use my little bone folder to push out the corners. You can use the eraser head of a pencil, knitting needle, crochet needle, anything that you have. And again, here I'm sewing up my larger Christmas tree. I started at the bottom, left a 2-inch opening, and worked my way all the way around. And now I am trimming the corners. Just trying to reduce the bulk in those corners so I can have some nice corners for my tree. And once I get all my corners nice and trimmed down, I'm going to turn my tree right side out. And once I have it right side out, then I will push out all the corners like I did on the smaller tree, and I'm ready to fill my tree with my polyester fiber fill. You can use fabric scraps, you can use whatever you have, foam, really whatever you have to fill your tree. I just like working with the polyester fiber fill. So I'll take my trees and I will begin to fill them. And there's my polyfill. And you just stuff them as soft or as firm as you want. You do want them to be able to stand up well once you have them on the rod. So just continue stuffing the tree until you have it the firmness and the look that you want. Now for the base of the trees, I just took these wood slices that we had and had my husband cut them down to 3-inch and 4-inch squares, and then pre-drilled a hole the size of the dowel rod. I applied some wood glue to the hole and then inserted the dowel rod into that and gave that time to dry. And once that was dry, I simply slid my Christmas tree down on top of the dowel rods. Now the dowel rods, you can cut those to whatever height you want depending on how far you want your tree to stand off your base. And again, I cut my smaller tree wood dowel to about 3 inches tall. The medium size I did 4 inches, and the large tree I did 6 inches. But you can cut those to whatever size you think is appropriate for your project. I also hand stitched the opening in the base of the tree closed, except for I left a smaller opening just big enough for the dowel rod, and I did that before I inserted the dowel rod. You can also glue the opening closed if you would like, just leave it plenty of time to dry. You can also embellish your Christmas trees if you want. I took some fabric glue and attached rickrack to my trees before I put them on the stand on the dowel rod. And I just, like I said, used some fabric glue, put it on the back of the rickrack and wrapped it around the tree. And then I sewed these cute little snowflake buttons onto the top. You could leave your trees plain. You could sew some lace down at the bottom of the tree. You could attach a small jingle bell to the top. Just whatever you would like to do to embellish and decorate your Christmas trees. These are really fast to sew up. They're so adorable. I just love them. Thank you for watching my YouTube video. Be sure to like this video below, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and visit me over on the Birch Cottage blog. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. Thank you.